Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to another episode of some hardcore Minecraft. I hope you guys are doing very well today. I am doing fantastic, feeling a lot cooler this week compared to last episode, where in the last one, speaking of which, we built this, which below it has a creeper farm, and in between episodes I have been lighting up a lot of caves. I don't know, a long time lighting up some caves to the point where I think I've got most of them in the surrounding area, and I've now done, I think, 3 hours worth of AFKing, and we've got this, which is more than enough for my needs. And I should also mention, I've made a couple of changes to the farm. I won't go over them too much, but if any of you down in the comments, I know there was a couple people who mentioned it, said something about the campfires lighting up the bottom level, don't worry, that's all sorted now. I've got no real good way of showing you because, well, everything is blocked up, but take my word for it, it's all in working order now. Look at Azalea go in the background. She is loving her new pen. Speaking of which, we are going to actually take Azalea out on a little bit of a trip to start off today's episode. So for the build I have in mind for today, I'm going to need some terracotta, and I have none at the moment. So we have to take a trip out to the nearest mesa biome, which just so happens to be nowhere near me at all. It's probably going to be wise to take my beacon with me, and that way we only need 9 iron blocks to make the smallest beacon, and we should be able to instant mine it with our efficiency 5 pickaxe here. So Azalea, I gotta pop you back in a second. I'm going to go down and tear away that beacon. Plus it should make the surrounding area look a little bit nicer. This is helpful, but also really ugly. Am I going to have enough blocks to make it to the surface? It's running very thin at the moment. Come on. No way. Oh my goodness, it's actually the perfect amount. Look, I have none others. I've used a combination of like deep slate, diorite, andesite, the whole lot. And all I got to do is replace that dirt with that stone. And, oh, it's cobble now. That's fine. Oh, I love it when that happens. So obviously I don't have shulk boxes at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and make 2 ender chests. So I'm going to need 2 eyes of ender as well as some obsidian, which I don't have enough to make 2 at the moment, but I have enough to make 1, which is fine because I can bring it with me, and the other one I'm going to put on that spot. So I'll take this with me, which gives me an extra chest full of terracotta to take home. Of course, I have my whole inventory here, as well as 15 spots on Azalea over there. Okay, I think I'm now good to go, so let's grab Azalea here, open up the gates, and close in, what's your name again? Bubbles? No, it's not Bubbles, what is it? Marbles! Close enough. We'll close in Marbles there. I'm going to take Azalea to these coordinates. Minus 3,600, minus 2,600, and as you can see, looking at mine over here, we're a little ways away. So I do have a mesa biome a little bit closer, but it's not by all that much, and if we end up going this way, then I'm gonna actually be able to pass through a jungle biome and I can gather some stuff there. I should say I have been using a website to help me find those biomes. I simply just do not have the time to do it in the game here. That would take far too long. It's what I've always done and probably what I always will do, so hopefully not too many complaints there. But anyway, let's make the long journey and I'll either see you there or on the way if I find anything cool. I think I see the jungle. Are those jungle leaves? They sure look like them. Finally, we have made it to one of the biomes that we want to visit. Oh boy, we have finally made it after days of riding, and Azalea here deserves a rest. So my girl, you can actually chill out with this horse here. He looks very handsome, so yeah, how do I get you in? I guess you can just hop over the corner? Maybe? Can I can I wriggle you in somehow? What if I break this hay bale? Will that do the trick? Can I have my hoe? Break this. Come on, please let me slide down the leaf and that leaf. Oh, finally. Okay, right. You wait here. I will be back shortly once I've gathered a bunch of terracotta. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, floating sand. Nearly killed me. That would have been some way to go. Yeah, so I'm just gathering all of these hay bales because hay is kind of difficult to get a hold of if you don't have a proper farm for it, which I don't, so hopefully the village does not mind because I'm gonna literally take them all. The village has been pillaged as well as one on the way, and we've managed to get nearly 2 stacks of hay bales, which is very nice, as well as 2 bales, a diamond, 3 emeralds, and yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, time to actually set up my beacon now. This looks like a pretty good spot for it. How deep down does the normal terracotta go? Pretty deep so far, 4 blocks. Yeah, that should be more than enough. I obviously can't carry that much, so I don't need a huge area, but this should be big enough. And beacon, look at that, wonderful. Okay, let's put our haste on, get our iron, pay for that one, and we now should have haste 1. Yes, we do, and we should be able to instant mine. Wonderful. And hole. Yep, that is all the terracotta I can possibly carry. My inventory is pretty much full. Obviously, I need a couple of slots for this stuff, which I've just now realized I am not going to be able to take my ender chest with me because I do not have a silk touch pickaxe. But that's okay because we can get obsidian after. It will just have to, or an eye of ender after, I should say. We get to keep the obsidian, not the ender eye though. But it's okay, because we can make it once we're back home. Azalea, it is time to go. Say goodbye to your buddy. I hope you had a good time, and you're now rested up for the grueling journey all the way back. Oh man, a glow squid, would you look at that? This guy is the first one I've actually seen in this world, and just generally in 1.17 not creative. That's so awesome, he looks amazing. I wanted the glow ink sacks, okay? These things are rare. Leave me alone. This may be the coolest waterfall naturally generated I've ever seen in Minecraft. How cool is this? We got 2 separate waterfalls, one starting over there, the other one up there, both connecting towards the end here, but I love this one especially, just winding down the mountain. I really wish I had an elytra right now so I could go up and see what it looks like. Hello, Azalea. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool that you guys might like to see. Anyway, we are very close to home. We have made it. Home sweet home. Or stable sweet stable, I should say. It doesn't have quite the same ring to it. So we're back and I'm going to drop all of these items off, sort them into their chests, and then I'm going to tell you what we're actually going to be doing in today's episode. Because we are probably 10 minutes into the episode, if I had to guess, and we haven't done anything other than gather some terracotta for the build. So what I would really like are some candles, and to get candles you need honeycomb, and to get honeycomb you need to make a bee farm, or a honey farm I should say. And that's what we're going to be doing, but it's not just going to be any ordinary honey farm. No, this one is going to be functional and everything, but it's also gonna look really cool, I think. So I've come up to the top of the tower here to get a good look around at our surroundings and pick a place to build this farm. And I think the best spot for it is actually gonna be just in front of me here. I would do it over here in this forest biome, but we do have our amethyst tower, and I think it's going to look a little bit better if we maybe do it in this section and we can, you know, have a build over here instead of just leaving it empty. So it's going to be pretty big, so we could build it far away, but I would like it close enough so the bees can do their thing while I'm in the area. So maybe around about there could be a good spot for it. Obviously going to have to do a little bit of deforestation first of all. So I've made a start, and this is the general size of what we're going to be building. Pretty large, but I'm not really too fussed about how it looks from here, right in front of it. I care about how it's going to look from up there. Moment of truth, here we go. How does it look? I've done it a bit closer than what I think I said I was going to do, but that is not too bad. Too zoomed in. We need Optifine for this. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't think it's too close. Maybe if we were like here, it would have been a bit much, but there should be fine. Minecraft, I see your beehive, and I raise you mine. It's a little bit bigger, don't you think? And yes, maybe it looks a little bit pineapple-ish. You'll probably get a better view from up there when we go check it out in a second. But yeah, this is what I've got. And I've basically tried my best to make a realistic bee nest, something you would find on a tree in real life, and turn it into a building in Minecraft. I don't know if I've done a good job or just made like a big mound of yellow and oak, but this is what we've got. And from up the top here, you've got a bit of a better view. Here it is. Now it's in the game. I don't know if I like it or I don't. It looks cool, but it's very out of the place, isn't it? Hence why I maybe should have built it a bit further back. Possibly I should cover this area up with trees. I deforested a bit too much. It just seems very out in the open at the moment. But I do think it looks pretty cool. It's a fun build nonetheless. So yeah, let's slap down a couple of saplings just around this area and try to bring some life back to the forest that was once here before I started building. Do I have any birch saplings? No, I don't. That's okay. We can just have some oak. Now, I don't really want to cover up the entrances, but if I could just get a couple down and hopefully over time, these will grow naturally. Maybe let's have a few more around the back, and there we go. That's the last one. So before we start work on the interior here, which I'm excited to show you guys, and we'll get to it shortly, but before then, I would like to, get some bees beforehand. Right now, this nest is the only one I have, and I mean, I don't even have it yet. It's just here on the floor from a tree previously being grown on it. And I think the way that we can get some more of these is by growing some oak and or birch trees nearby a flower type, and then there should be a percentage chance for one to naturally generate alongside the sapling when it grows up to a tree. So there is a 5% chance a bee nest will generate on a tree when a sapling is grown within 2 blocks of a flower, which is why I've got this set up here. Now, I don't know if more flowers means it's more likely, but I've just played it safe. So what I'm going to do is go around and grow all of these birch trees. I've spaced them out so they're not going to get combined and all mangled up in the sky. And eventually, just like that, we should get one of these, which is awesome. Now, I don't know if there's any bees inside them. There we go. There's one. But what we can do to actually harvest them and take these down, which I am going to do, we need to put a campfire underneath them to smoke them out, similar to what you would do in real life. And with a silk touch tool, we can harvest that and also get our campfire back with the same silk touch. And that way we keep them both, we don't anger the bees. And just for now, I think I'm going to put all of the bee nests maybe just over here in this corner. I'm going to get this one too. So I'm going to rinse and repeat that pattern until I get a certain amount of bee nests. I'm not sure what I'm aiming for. Maybe just a whole row along there. 7 would be good. And then we can get some beehives in, breed the bees up, and hopefully they should start moving in to the official hives instead of these nests. Nests. That's a really hard word for me to say. I can do the singular just fine. Nest. But the plural... nests. I just can't do it. I've been at this for a while now, as you can see from the sheer amount of birch logs I have, and I've managed to get a measly 6 bee nests. And I've just realized that I actually need honeycombs to craft beehives. So I'm in a bit of a loss. I think what I'm going to do is just pursue the tree chopping mission and see how many of these we can get, and then the more of them we get, the more bees we have, meaning the more honey is made, meaning the more beehives we can make. Do you follow? If you don't worry, I'm just going to do it all myself. But yeah, back to tree chopping I get. Haven't had any incidents with the bees. They've all been very friendly to me. Have had a couple of misclicks that came close, but we're all good. Well, I'm glad I figured this out sooner rather than later. I thought this had more growing to do or more honey to collect. No, that's the limit. Once the honey is there, that's it. For some reason, I thought it had to be more than that. I don't quite know why, but there we go. We're finally getting some honeycomb, so that right there can make us 4 beehives. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wonderful. Okay, let's place some of these down, and hopefully the excess bees should move into these. Just harvest a little bit more even, so this shouldn't take too long really. I'm still going to continue to chop trees just because, I mean, it's always good to have the wood, right? It cannot hurt at all. So I'm going to keep going with this, get some more of these, then get some more of these, and just pretty much make our way around. We got 14 more to go. Hopefully that won't take too long. I think by now I have enough bee nests, so I'm going to stop chopping trees, and throughout that entire extravaganza I managed to get this much birch, which is very helpful. I will most certainly use that, but now the game plan is to wait for them to fill up with honey like this, and then of course I will share them for the honeycomb, wherever that just went, and then once we get enough to make, I guess we've already got enough to make 3, so once we get enough to make 5 more, I'm going to switch these out for the beehives. Oh, we can get some more from this one too. Switch them out for these guys, and then I'm just going to put these out in the wild, like on a couple of the trees maybe. That's what I did in my survival world. And whilst I'm waiting for that, I'm going to see if I can try and build the interior whilst we have the bees swarming around all up in my face. It's not going to be easy, but that's what I'm going to do. These stupid bees, one of them flew in the way while I was trying to break a flower, and now they're all angry at me, and plenty of them stung me, so now they're dead. Just got the population to a good level, and now I'm dragging them away from their home, and they're probably not going to be able to make it back because, well, they're idiots. So it's going very well. It's really going good. Oh, two of them just died. I'm literally stood back here watching the ones who stung me die because that's what happened. Now there's a skeleton in the farm. That's just great. Oh, I'm just gonna hang about with these guys for now. You guys wouldn't hurt me if I accidentally punched you, would you? I wouldn't even dare. Anyway. Okay, moment of truth. Are we friends again? Bees? Do you like me? Or not dislike me, I should maybe say. They're not getting me, so I think I'm going to take this time to break all of the cornflowers that I have placed down. This is what happened. I was going around breaking these because I had just too many. And a little baby bee flew right in the way. And yeah, just ruined everything. So here's what we got. I'll update you when I've got some more flowers. The best part about these moss carpets is you can hide lighting under them without it looking really, really weird. Usually with carpets, if you're trying to hide lighting, they just stand out and it doesn't look right, but these totally works. So yeah, this is what we got. I might just add in an extra one here. There we go. That hopefully will light it up enough so we don't get any mobs spawning inside. So I'll place down just about every flower I own, making them have lots of areas or flowers to get their pollen, so they should enjoy that. And I've also made 50-50 custom azalea tree. I grew an azalea tree and didn't like how it looked and basically rebuilt it. And fun fact, these guys actually go for the flowering azalea leaves, which is kind of awesome because I have a lot of them, so it will supplement them nicely. And as you can see, I've managed to switch all the bee nests out for beehives instead, and they're producing plenty of honey. And if we just kind of have a scour around the outside, you can see a couple of the bee nests in the trees, which I really like. May even try and get a few more of these just so I can have some buzzing around the area. We have a lost bee. Doesn't take them long to get sidetracked, does it? They are not the smartest. But that, everybody, is actually our giant beehive all done. And what we're going to do, obviously, when I want to harvest some honeycombs, I'm going to come and open the barrel here, and I'll just go along, sharing all of our beehives here. And obviously, they're not going to get angry because we got the campfires underneath them. And I know it's not the most efficient thing in the world, but I don't honestly think I'm going to need that much honeycomb. All I really want it for is the candles. I know I can use this to then wax copper, but two reasons. I don't honestly have that much copper. I don't need that much to actually wax. Plus, I kind of like the fact that it changes over time and I can just scrape it every now and again. So this is honestly more than enough for me. And if I do, for whatever reason, need some extra honeycomb or honey bottles, I could just, you know, put a ladder here maybe and just build a proper bee farm that isn't quite as friendly as this one. Friendly towards the bees, I should say. It would definitely be more friendly to me. There would be no chance I could die. Before we go here and end off the episode, we should maybe make some candles, seeing as this was the entire point of it. And I don't know how to make a candle. You need string. Okay, that's right. I think I have a little bit. Yes, I have enough. Okay, maybe let's just make 20 for now. That should be plenty. And we can actually do it in our little inventory here. And there we go. We got some candles. How awesome. Now I gotta find a place to place them. Maybe somewhere in the house here? Could I potentially replace this lantern for some? Trouble is, I don't know if I'm gonna get enough light level. What are we looking at the moment? Yeah, that's pretty dark. I can already tell that's not gonna be enough. Do I get them back? All 4? Yes, I do. Okay, lantern, you're going to have to replace back there. That's the only trouble with these candles. They just don't give off that much light. But in the new 1.18 update, I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but lighting is finally being changed in Minecraft. I don't know if it's definitely going ahead with or not. I really hope it does. But basically, mobs will only be able to spawn in absolute darkness. So when it says over here, get rid of that, light level 0, that's the only time they could spawn. So like, it just makes lighting so much more powerful, and I'll be able to have, you know, slightly darker spots in my builds without having to worry about a creeper blowing it up. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, candles will definitely be a lot better then. For right now, they're a little bit pants. I really cannot find a spot to place in these candles. There just is nowhere in any of my builds that has an open area for them that would look not weird. So we may have to just leave it for now. But hey, let's take a look at life from up in our tower here. We haven't done this since we built it, and you can just about over there see the top of our bee nest looking cool. I think I've come around to it. It still stands out quite a lot, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's a cool build, I would say. Hope you guys like it too. Yeah, I genuinely have nowhere to actually put these. I could put a trapdoor up on this block here and maybe have some there, but it's just going to look weird. So next episode, I'll make sure we build something that can have some candles in it. We have one last thing to do before we end off today's episode, which is to extend our pathway onto our bee nest over there. And I'm thinking we obviously, you know, take it off in this direction from the pathway conjoining them, do something like that, and we kind of bring it on down here and go through this very small canyon of sorts. It's not really the fastest route. The fastest route is just jumping past the melons growing here. But if we go here and then kind of up the slope, we got a really nice kind of opening to the view of the bee nest, and I think that's just gonna look the best for when we're walking around. Of course, we gotta get the shaders on for one last look around, and as you can see, the path is complete. Goes on down this way, as I said it would, through our miniature canyon here, and I like this little bit. We got a tree in the middle of the pathway. I've actually left it and just kind of done the pathway around it. Not the most convenient thing, but preserving nature, that sort of thing. And we eventually are led up to our giant bee nest, which looks fine from the outside with shaders, as to be expected, but from the inside, I'm hoping it'll look kind of cool. I mean, it's okay. I do like this build, I promise. I know I haven't been enthralled about it. I've just been looking at a lot of yellow throughout this entire episode, and the bees have been annoying me. That they certainly haven't helped. But all in all, I'm really happy with this build, and I hope you guys are too. So thank you ever so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode, where I'm thinking we're going to head to the nether and see if we can upgrade our gear by finding some ancient debris and getting ourselves some netherite. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I most certainly am, and I will see you next time. Thank you once again, and bye for now.